Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. And today, I got some very interesting news I need to enlighten you about. I've been seeing this getting posted everywhere on the internet, and I wanted to check it out and make you guys aware. Crimson Vow box values. Now, I've had talked with a lot of different distributors and stores, and this has actually became a toxic asset. People don't want it. People aren't buying it. The allocation for this has been cut off early by Wizards, so there's no longer a restriction on how much you buy. They just want you to take whatever you can get because they're trying to get rid of it. So let's figure out why. So with that said, remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, put some comments down below. Let's feed that YouTube algorithm, get a few more views for the channel. And as always, if you've done everything you can to get us to 1,000 subscribers, check out the link in the description to the eBay page where you can buy a few magic cards on the side. Helps out the store as well. And all those cards come straight out of my box opening videos, so feel free that they are pack fresh. So, Crimson Vow, the set that everybody thought that they would love. So I know here in my local area, a lot of people, there's a big turnout for this in the store for the pre-release because, and the biggest word on everybody's mouth was vampires. Everybody liked vampires. They liked the werewolf. Now, um, Innistrad, werewolf part of this Midnight Hunt was just fantastic. It didn't have as big as a turnout, but it was okay. The vampire turnout was a lot bigger, but the cards and the stuff in this set are not as valuable, and they're actually becoming a toxic asset to a lot of companies and a lot of stores. I mean, they've already ended allocation early. So let's look at why. So first off, we automatically know, and I've talked to people in stores that nobody's buying this product. So let's take a look why. So the draft booster box, the lows are selling for 70. The market value of this draft booster box is 76. Now the set box is a little higher, but not much. And the average, it says 104 with a high of 160.9. What's that really mean? Well, if you look here, you have market and you have value price. So let's take a look here at what the actual market price is. So as we go, you started out, the draft boxes around 150, 140. As you can see, as you got through October and November, the prices really started dropping down to that 100 range on release. This is release day. Look at that dip on the market. $10 is a dollar dip, $5. And as you watch, the average stays high, but the market value is considerably just plummeting, as you can see in the market value below. 109 was still the average. It got all the way down to $62 a box. Now it's rebounded up to 80 something, but now it's going back down again, and it's back down to 75, $76 market value as of today. Around looks like the February 14th timeline. So what does that mean? Well, if you look down here, there's an average of, since last week it has went down 6%. Since last month it's down 4% on average, and market movement is down 12%. And that is insane. Why is that? Because a lot of these cards, they're just not as good as Midnight Hunt or the other sets, and people just can't seem to get them. You can see right here on TCG Player, it looks like you can get boxes for 70 bucks. That is insane, guys. That's below pre-release pricing. Like that's what's going to tell you that this set is doing awful. These boxes are cheaper now than they were at pre-sale. That is insane. So, what does that mean for the actual product itself? Well, let's check the other one over here and look at the actual sealed price per box versus the average. So here you have a low, an average, and a market. You can see them all. So once again, you can see that the expected value per pack is extremely low. Just look at this. This is insane. And it's slowly going down and keeps going down. So if you go down and you check out the bottom information here, you can see that, let me scoot this over for you a little bit. You can see here the average booster is 278 value, market value 187, low 185. So these boosters are selling for $4. So you're guaranteed to lose money on the booster pack almost. just by buying it. Uh, the Mythic average is about $6.76. If you get one, the lowest 415. That still doesn't even pay for a pack. Um, and then uncommons have almost no value. The rares, you're looking at your rares are $1.32, market value of about a buck. The low is going to be 50 cents. So every pack you open, if you can't get a mythic, you are losing tons and tons of money. Now, when you talk about expected value, commons, it says here, in this particular website, the commons is left out of the market value of the box. So if you look at a booster box average, the average it says 100, but market is down to 67.32 as of right now. And the low is 37.80 for booster box value, expected value. That is insane. Let me scoot it back over for you so you can see that. Yeah, so right there, like, this is just nuts. The market is actually starting to reject this product. Um, for several reasons. One, they're box toppers. Most of those box toppers are uncommons. There's not very many rare ones and even fewer mythics, which are cool, uh, but they're not aging well and people just don't want them. Plus, in the current meta, the box toppers aren't something being played because they're just not good enough. So, I mean, that may change at some point, but as of right now, that's just not happening. So, with that said, we got to remember, guys, we've seen things like this happen before. This happened with Ixalan. This happened with Theros, Beyond Death. It even happened with original Theros. But the difference here between regular Theros and Theros Beyond Death and Ixalan, regular Theros just stayed bad. It's still not good today. Now, Theros Beyond Death and Ixalan have went through the same thing here. Allocation stopped early. I expect to see this get cut off on print run early like Dominaria did, for a very good reason of it's not selling. There's people stuck with this everywhere and are just trying to unload the product to get money for the new sets that are coming out. So the good thing about that is, like with Theros Beyond Death and Ixalan, in 6 months to a year, we'll probably see these go back up, especially if the print run is cut short because there'll be a supply and demand issue. And so wanting those cards will make them harder to get, so the price will go up a lot like Ixalan did. Now the problem with that is it took Ixalan years to recover from how bad of a set it was and how disappointed the market itself was in these actual numbers that you can see here. So what that means is you can get this at a good cheap price right now. And is it a good investment? Yeah, it probably is. However, this is going to be flat or dead money, I am going to guess, for at least 3 to 5 years. So there is no buying this and flipping it for quick money. Like, this is going to be something where if you put $500 or $1,000 into two cases or whatever, or you get two cases for $1,200 or whatever the price is that you pay for it, it's going to sit as dead money for I'm going to say 5 years before it even starts getting to the point where you can make money back with taxes and selling fees and what have you. So, I mean, the good news is at the end of the day, after 5 or 10 years, the price will go up, and it probably will go up steeply, because it's going to be one of those Ixalan slash Theros Beyond Death things where not a lot was on the market, people didn't really like it, didn't really get played a lot, but once it's out of the market and then people want it, it's going to go up in price a lot. Like, Ixalan right now is insanely expensive, um, compared to what it was back in the day when people couldn't already give it away. So something to think about. Me personally, I would probably stay away from this because I see nothing but this to keep going down as long as it's in print. Um, I mean, if you can get it really cheap, I mean, sure, get it really cheap. There's nothing wrong with that. But once again, this is going to be flat money, which means it's going to be dead and not make anything for you for at least 5 years. If you need cards from this set, seriously, just buy them as singles because they're a lot cheaper. And it's gonna be cheaper for you to buy singles than to try to waste money on a whole pack of cards. It's just insane. So that's my advice on this section of value in investing. And I know I've been skipping around a lot and I've been going through the older stuff. I just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention because uh, this is a product to be aware of as a toxic asset right now, but will be a better asset in 5 years especially if you guys want to keep an eye on this and wait to see, allocations already been cut. If they short the print run because nobody wants it, depending on when that is, that might be a good time to dip in and try to get some of this stuff really cheap. But once again, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to hold this stuff for at least 5 years before it can be worth anything. So keep that in mind. This is a toxic asset until it's not. I know that sounds stupid, but that's just the way it's gonna be, guys. So with all that said, thanks a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.